Basically, I already posted one of the stories on there dealing with what's going on in Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia. So I want you guys to come in. I'm waiting for people to come on in. We can talk about the Ahmed Aubrey case. And it's really important for a lot of people to talk about this. So we're gonna wait until everybody comes in, and I'm just trying to prepare myself today because I know this is one of my off days. So I'm just basically want to do this news and commentary for today. I'd like welcome Habs TV. Welcome streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch TV. I want everybody to, I'm just waiting for people to come on in because I know this is probably another short notice, and there's a lot of things I do want to talk about, and I just want to try to wait for people to come on in for a second. And this is very, very disturbing on a lot of stories that I want to talk about. And I already did one of the stories on my videos, and also you can check it out also on my Instagram at www.instagram.com/ the underscore real underscore lions underscore den number two. And it's a story that I can't ignore. There's a story that I cannot. I mean, it's dealing with our kids, everybody. It's dealing with children, with high school students that wants to make a difference and what the high schoolers is doing right now. So if you want to donate donate me personally, you can donate my Cash App is $Lions Den 49. That's Cash App. I mean, that's Lions Den 49. So I'm gonna wait for a lot of people to come on in because we want to talk about this. This is basic. One of the news I want to talk about, and I'm just gonna be waiting for more people to come on in, is the situation in Rome, Georgia. Situation in Coosa High School, where black students there were suspended for planning a protest against racism in their schools. Um, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the Ahmed Aubrey case. And what's even more disturbing about that is that what people. I mean, one of the courts mistakenly sent a potential jurors Ahmed Aubrey's mental health case, and I thought that was illegal. So we're gonna talk more about that. So we're gonna wait for more people to come on in, and because this is to me is important for people to understand that those stories needs to be addressed. So again, I would like to welcome you guys of Lions Den Television, Lions Den TV, right here on Haps TV. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch TV. So we're going to discuss a lot of stuff today. And if you have any more stories you want me to talk about, you can leave it in the comment section. If you leave it on the comment box right on below. This story we need to talk about, and this is really disturbing. And I got the information of the school. If you guys want to raise hell, I got all the information. You can contact the school. So and I got that information on Google. So yeah, we're going to definitely want to talk about a lot of stuff. This is important, y'all. I want you again, welcome for people that come on in. I'm waiting for people more people to come on in today because this has to be addressed. It really has to be addressed about what's going on in Georgia, in Rome, Georgia. Um, and it's very disturbing about what's going on in Rome, Georgia, with respect for all these kids that were planning protests, and the school, the principal, the administrators, even the school board basically did not want that to happen. And you got a lot of black students suspended for planning a protest, and because of apparently white students plant a Confederate flag all across the campus during the pep rally. And this is really, really disturbing. So I'm just going to wait for more people to come in. And I got information on how you can contact the school because I think one of the people on my on Instagram wanted to know what's the number, what's the contact number, what's the address if they want to show up. So I got all the information with me right now. I got all the information with me right now. Or you can, look, you can go ahead and go to Google and they got the information right there as well. So we're gonna basically gonna get started in the next 5 more minutes. So we can talk about this story, and we're gonna talk about the Ahmaud Arbery story in Georgia, how one of the out of the court mistakenly. This is what's so funny about it. They mistakenly sent a potential jurors Ahmaud Arbery's information about his mental state, and I didn't think it was legal to do that, but yeah, this is really crazy. So I'm just waiting for more and more people. So we're gonna start around 2:05 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 4:05 Eastern, 3:05 Central, and 1:05 in the West Coast. Yeah, so a lot of things is happening, y'all, and I'm just basically want to talk about this. This is basically, really disturbing stories that I'm about to tell you. So we're gonna wait like 5 more minutes, and then we can just go ahead and get started. It's basically sad that you know what happened to those students in Rome, Georgia, at Coosa High School. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna type the my I'm gonna go ahead and type my Cash App if you want to donate me. Just give me 1 second. Let me type it in, or on YouTube, we're moderators there. If you want to type in my Cash App information, you can as well. So there you go. That is if you want. This is for Haps TV, but also if you on YouTube, the moderators, you can go ahead and type in my Cash App information as well. So we're gonna wait until the next. I'm gonna try to break to 2 more minutes, and then I can get started of what's going on the news and commentary front. And let's go. Let's move forward. Let's get started. So yeah, it's really a disturbing thing of what happened in Calusa High School. Very very disturbing. So, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know where you're from, where you're located at, whether you're watching me on YouTube or Haps TV or on Facebook or on Twitter and on Twitch TV. I want to see where you guys located at because I want to, get to know my viewers, my supporters, and my fans, and 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 I'm just glad that I have the opportunity to talk with you guys today because I kind of miss you guys. So we're gonna be have 1 more minute so we can get started because like I said, I'm gonna be starting around 2:05 my time, which is Mountain Time. So it'll be 1:05 on the West, 3:05 in the Central, and 4:05 in the East Coast. So I hope so. This is going. I mean, I know. I think next week, yeah, next weekend, yeah, next weekend is Halloween. Matter of fact, it's not this Sunday coming up, but the following Sunday is Halloween. So I hope you guys got your quote unquote, you know, costumes prepared for Halloween. And I know some of you guys were trick or treat and everything. So but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. It's 2:05 right now, so we're gonna get this story underway. So I'm gonna start talking about the situation in Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia. For those of you that already know or that didn't know, there's been a situation that is brewing up. Now, I did a story and I posted it on my Instagram. You can check it out at the_real_lions_den2. And I also did a news and commentary video on my YouTube channel talking about the story. So here's what happened. Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia had a pep rally. So these white students there had a Confederate flag flying around the campus. that offends a lot of black students there. So the black students are planning on, basically planning on a protest because they felt like the school administrators, the high school principal himself, didn't do anything about it. So they planned. So basically, they planned a protest. They said that we cannot allow racism in their school, and unfortunately, the administrators and the principal knew about this protest. So what he did, issue a warning. He said that I was aware of the protest. You will not allow this protest to happen. And so the black students were suspended because of that. Suspended. Now, there's two white students that were protested with them. And unfortunately, you notice that they didn't suspend the two white protesters, but they did suspend the black protesters. So it became an uproar on social media. There's a local news story on CBS 46 in Atlanta, talking about this story. And the thing of it is that it didn't. I don't know if it reached mainstream media or not, but it did reach social media. I think it did. It reached Instagram. It reached Twitter about this situation, and it's not fair that those black students were suspended for protesting for against racism in their schools, while white students can allow walking around with Confederate flags around the campus. It doesn't make no sense to me. So, to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's so important that when it comes to Black history in schools, then you see why they take away all these Black history in schools across this country, because they don't want generational kids, to know the history of what happened to the civil rights movement, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, etc. You got that situation happening. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and people are gonna get mad about this. I don't give a damn, but this basically needs to be addressed because I know a lot of people, a lot of parents who go to that school are very angry, especially black parents, because they felt like that white kids can get away with stuff, white privilege, and black kids, when they couldn't even wear a BLM logo or Black Lives Matter shirt or anything like that. They can't even wear a Malcolm X or Martin Luther King shirt on their bodies. But yet they allow white kids to have Confederate flags flying around the campus on the pep rally. So, ladies and gentlemen, and I know one of the people who follow me on Instagram want their number because some they were offended, they were upset about this, and so I'm going to give you the information right now, y'all, how to contact the school, and I got this information from Google. So if you want to contact and raise hell, you can contact Coosa High School, and this is their address. And for those of you who live in the Atlanta area, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you the address right now. It's 4454 Alabama Highway, Rome, Georgia. I'm going to repeat it again. That lives in the state of Georgia, or if you live in an Atlanta area, or you live in Fulton County, Georgia, or I mean suburban Atlanta that wants to be there in support of the black students. So the address is 4454 Alabama Highway in Rome, Georgia. And for those who don't live in Georgia and want to contact the school, and the number is area code 706-236-1870. I'm gonna repeat this number one more time. The number is 706-236-1870. For those of you that don't live in Georgia, but you want to raise hell by contacting the school and express how you feel about, the black students there got suspended for planning on a protest against the school. So y'all, to me, ladies and gentlemen, it shows you that, you know, we as, some parents are very angry, and rightfully so, because they felt like you suspended their sons and daughters for their First Amendment rights and protesting the school for, basically feel like when it comes to the Confederate flags, it's offensive to black people across this country. And it spews hatred. And like I said on my videos, y'all, what if this is from in a different country? What if this is Germany, and these same white students decided, okay, I'm gonna spew hate on the Jews, so let's just go ahead and put swastikas and circle around the campus. Don't you know, in the country of Germany, you can be arrested for it. You can go to jail for that. And that's the country of Germany, for even having a swastika in their country. Now, picture this. And this is why I say, y'all, that when it comes to what happened in Rome, Georgia, a lot of black students were suspended from school for planning a protest against them for, racism, and basically didn't do anything to these white students for having a Confederate flag. And you basically uh, showing you that it's happening. It's happening across this country, y'all. Right? I mean, the thing of it is that it's important for people to understand that these are kids. These are our kids that got suspended. Our kids, and they have every right, like everybody else, to protest against the school. And unfortunately, you got school administrators and principals and everybody else saying, "Nah, no, we're not going to have no protests in my school." And they're blocking them. And you got two white people who didn't get suspended for protesting along with the black students. So it shows you, and a lot of people say racism doesn't exist. It does. And it affects children. It affects our kids. So, and I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to post this so that everybody can watch this. I would like to welcome everybody to my live. I would like to welcome people right here on Haps TV. That's streaming on YouTube, Twitch TV, Facebook, and Twitter. And I want to discuss a lot of stories that I want to get this off my chest. The situation in Rome, Georgia, at Coosa High School. We want to talk about that, and we also want to talk about what's going on in the same state of Georgia of Ahmaud Arbery, and what's going on with this trial that I thought that was illegal for what they did to Ahmaud Arbery. I mean, first what they did in the court. So the court mistakenly sending one of the jurors. This is facts. Go on Google and y'all can take a look at it yourselves. They basically, this is according to Vice News, ladies and gentlemen, that they mistakenly sent Ahmaud Arbery's mental records to one of the potential jurors. And that, to me, I thought it was illegal to do any of that, because that was privacy between a doctor-client privilege or doctor-patient privilege. But that right there is illegal. Now they mistakenly say, that's my mistake. But you send it to a jury, and this is what they're trying to do. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about that as well. What they're trying to do, y'all, is they're trying to confuse the jurors or force the jurors to let these three criminals go for killing, Ahmaud Arbery, the McMichaels. Try to let the McMichaels go, and now they realize, they made a mistake to send one of the potential jurors to, their mental records and stuff. And whoever did that needs to be fired, in my opinion. They need to be fired. But again, they want to sweep that under the rug because it's Georgia. But those are the two main stories that I'm working on, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'd like to welcome you guys to my live on news and commentary. And y'all, it shows you that racism is alive and well. And it also shows you that no matter what we do, there's going to be some people that are going to, use their platform and want to talk about this. I'd like to welcome everybody to the live. Yo, Jesse, what's up, brother? Hey, Wise, what's going on? Welcome to my live on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm on Haps TV as well as Twitter and Facebook and Twitch TV. So let's go back to the story that I just did earlier. For those of you who just tuning in, so in Rome, Georgia, um, and this is what's disturbing y'all. In Rome, Georgia, majority of black students there has been suspended from school to plan a protest against the school administrators and Coosa High School alone for allowing white kids to have Confederate flags flying around the campus on during their pep rally. All of a sudden now they suspended them. And remember, there's two white students joining the protest, joining the black protesters, and they didn't get suspended at all. Only the black protesters did. So this is why this is a major outrage of what's going on. And to me, this shows you they're targeting our kids. And the parents of the black children were very upset, rightfully so, because why would you suspend the kids from planning a protest? And get this, they can't even wear a Black Lives Matter paraphernalia or logo, let alone they not couldn't wear no Malcolm X or no Martin Luther King logo in their bodies. But yet they allow white kids to fly the Confederate flag on campus. See, this is why I said, ladies and gentlemen, that we had enough of this. It's bad enough that black men has been targeted and black women's been targeted. But then you come after our children. You come after our kids. Are you serious, y'all? Are you really serious right now? So I got some information for those who just tuning in. I got some information if you want to raise hell with the school. I got some serious information, y'all. And for those of you who live in the state of Georgia, and because I know a lot of people are watching it all across the world and all across the country as well. But if you guys live in the Atlanta area, or suburban part of Atlanta, you can go if you want to join the protest. There's information that you can do, and I got the address of the school. So for those of you who live in Atlanta, for those of you who lives in the state of Georgia, you can go to that school and protest this. And the address is, for those of you who just tuning in, here's the address and the phone number. The address is 4454 Alabama Highway in Rome, Georgia. I'm gonna repeat this again. This is for the people that lives in Georgia, or it lives in Atlanta, or Savannah, or Cobb County, or Gwinnett County, Georgia. This is if you want to raise hell. The address is 4454 Alabama Highway in Rome, Georgia. That's the address, and the phone number for people that don't live in Georgia. So this is for the people that want to call the school and raise hell with that. And the number is area code 706-236-1870. Let me repeat that number again. It's area code 706-236-1870. So that's the information from Coosa High School, and here's what's so disturbing about that, and this is what makes it so interesting. And I want you guys to check out the news and commentary on both Instagram and on YouTube. So they compare students when it comes to suspensions, and black students are the highest. I think 8% of black students were suspended more than other students. I think like if you're a different race, it's like 5%. If you're white, I think it's 2%. I forgot what the statistics was, but the black student got the highest out of all in that same school, and the high school is predominantly white. Let's keep it real; it's predominantly white school. But the thing was so disturbing is that these kids, these black kids, are trying to make a difference, are trying to tell them, listen, you're discriminating against us, and you allow these white kids raise the Confederate flag during the pep rally around the campus. And they can't even wear a Black Lives Matter shirt. They can't even wear a Martin Luther King or Malcolm X shirt. None of this. These are kids. These are teenagers. So to me, we definitely need to raise hell. And I'm just going to go ahead. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to leave the information. And for those of you who just tuning in, I'm going to leave the information on Coosa High School, the address. If for those of you that, and I'm going to post it on this chat right now. Hold on 1 second. This is the information, you guys. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to put all this information so that people could. I mean, if you live in an Atlanta area, or live in suburban part of Atlanta, you got to raise hell on the school campus. This is very important, y'all, because at the end of the day, we can't tolerate any racial discrimination and it targeting our black kids. No way, no how. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going to put the information in where the high school is. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to put this in. Where the high school is and the number y'all can contact. So let me get this information. Let me get this information in real quick. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get this information so you guys, just in case, if you want to write it down and just raise hell. Okay. And this is for both if you live in the state of Georgia, um, and if you don't live in the state of Georgia, here's the contact number for this. We really want to raise hell. Um, we definitely want to raise hell against the school because it's not right that black students can be suspended for joining this. I mean, for even planning a protest against the school for discrimination. We again, our kids need our kids need their support. So so here we go. All right. So there it is, y'all. I already posted the information on right here on Haps TV, and hopefully it'll be streaming on YouTube as well. For the moderators, if you can see, if you see this is the contact for the people that lives in Georgia, and the phone number is where the school is. Like I said, it's time to raise hell, y'all. It's time to raise holy hell on this school because at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, we need to support these kids, especially when it comes to a situation like this. And I'm telling y'all, this is why it's important for people to understand. This is like again, this is a high school, the Coosa High School in Roma, Georgia, and I want you guys to write it down. There's the phone number right next to it. For those of you that just tuning in, that's the high school. That's the address, the phone number, and because again, we gotta send them a message that we will not tolerate racism in schools, especially schools like this. And then they allow white kids to get away with Confederate flags swarming around the campus during pep rally. This is unacceptable. And the principal need to be called out. The school administrators need to be called out because we definitely need to send them a message to say we're not going to tolerate any of this anymore. We're not going to tolerate any racial things anymore. We're done with it. We're done. So I'm gonna repeat this one more time for those of you that not watching Haps TV, that has been streaming on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Twitch TV. The contact information of Coosa High School, and the address. And again, if you live in Georgia, if you live in the state of Georgia, if you live in Atlanta, if you live in Cobb County, Gwinnett County, or any suburban Atlanta area, the address is 4454 Alabama Highway in Roma, Georgia. I'm gonna repeat this one more time for those of you that lives in Atlanta or outside of Atlanta. It's 4454 Alabama Highway in Roma, Georgia. That's where the high school is located. And for those of you that want to contact the school, the number is already posted on my, of course, on Haps TV chat. So the number is area code 706-236-1870. And I'll repeat the number one more time. It's area code 706-236-1870. That's the number of Coosa High School. And because the students, they need our support, and the parents definitely need our support as well, because we want to blow this open. We want to blow it open on all the social media of what's going on in Coosa High School, how they suspended the black students for planning a protest against their racist policies with respect to the students that flying their Confederate flags. This is 2021, ladies and gentlemen. 2021, not 1921. This is ridiculous. It still is happening. And you notice white privilege still exists. White supremacy still exists. White Citizens Council in the state of Georgia still exists during the school board and the principal. It still exists. So we need to support the students. We need to support their parents, because obviously I know the parents want us nationwide to speak out against this. I mean, it's bad enough that, we've been dealing with this in the civil rights movement and everything else. Now it's still happening in the state of Georgia. And it's sad, y'all, what's going on. So to me, this is important. We need to call the principal. We need to call the school itself. I don't care. And when I look at here's the thing, guys. When I look on on Google, they say it's closed. Why? Why you want to close the school for? Why you want to close the school offices for? Oh, because you don't want this to come out. You don't want the situation in your school to come out. So you decided to close the offices. But it doesn't really matter, because this right here, they already know that it's out there. It happens on the local news. The mainstream media knows about this. I didn't report it. So it's out there. You can close all y'all want to. You can close the school. Close down the offices of the schools all y'all want to. It's out there now. And we want people to get involved in this, because we're sick and tired of this. It's bad. We do not want our kids to even get involved in all of this. It ain't fair that black students have to be suspended from school for planning a protest against the school for allowing white kids for having Confederate flags. And let me tell you something. What if you have Jewish students at your school, and these same kids have swastikas something around? Or what are you going to do with their, if that happens, the students will be suspended, probably expelled. And what about the LGBTQ community, right? What if they, same white students, put the F word all over the campus? I guarantee you the LGBTQ will shut that down in a second, and these students will be expelled in a second. But yet we felt like, and the kids have the right to protest, because they felt that this is offensive, that that the Confederate flag is spewing hate. And these are kids, ladies and gentlemen. These are children. They're spewing hate right now. And then ain't nobody, I mean, there's two white students who was with the protest, and they don't get suspended, but the black students did. Wow. Wow. It's amazing how this is 2021 and racism still going on. This is like the American pie. It's like this is the American way, as they say. And obviously, you're gonna suspend the black students who has the right, by the way, to protest your policies, and yet the white students had a Confederate flag flying around like it was nothing. Unbelievable. So you guys, for those of you who tuned in, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get information on the situation in Coosa High School, I already posted the address on HAPS TV and the phone number for the people that lives outside of the state of Georgia. Um, and for those of you that just tuned in and want the information, and all the moderators on YouTube, go ahead and post that information on the comment section. I mean, on the chat section, because we want people to get involved in this, and the students and the parents need our support, because this, to me, it could have happened to your children. It could have happened to your schools. How the principal do what they doing at Coosa High School. It could have happened to y'all same way. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to get involved in this. We definitely need to get involved in this, because what Coosa High School and their school board and their school administrators did to these kids were totally unacceptable. And they allow these white kids with Confederate flags. That is discrimination. So we definitely need to get involved in this. So this is the information. I'm gonna repeat this one last time, and then I'm gonna move on to another story. Coosa High School. This is their address, and for those of people that live in Atlanta or suburban part of Atlanta or live in the state of Georgia, their address is 4454 Alabama Highway in Rome, Georgia. And I'm gonna repeat this one more time: 4454 Alabama Highway in Rome, Georgia. Now, the phone number, for those of the people who live outside of Georgia, the phone number is area code 706-236-1870. I'm gonna repeat this one last time. Area code 706-236-1870. So I hope every single one of you guys to get involved in this. We need to put pressure on the school board that we will not tolerate. First of all, we need to get the principal fired. We need to get him fired. That, to me, is just discrimination. When you suspended the black students and allow white students with Confederate flags, that is discrimination. We definitely need that whoever the principal is, we need to get him fired and with a quickness. That's unacceptable, because it could happen to your kids. It could happen to people you know. This, to me, shows you that, we can't tolerate any of this in our schools at all. Or so there's some homeschooling. People can give their students out and do homeschooling. Either way you look at it, we have to put pressure on this high school and the school board there. With that being said, let's move on to the story. Happened again in the state of Georgia, and talk about the Ahmaud Arbery case. Now, I read an article from Vice News, and this is very disturbing. I read an article, and I didn't get a chance to put that up because, I had other stuff happening, but I didn't get a chance to put it up. But I did say this, that I want you guys to go on vicenews.com and check out this article. And it shows you that one of the members of the court staff has mistakenly sending potential jurors who involved with the McMichael case, the McMichaels and Roddy Bryant, the same three men was accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, right? So one of the court one of the members of the court mistakenly sent the potential jurors uh, information about Ahmaud Arbery's mental state or mental case. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my question is it legal to do that? I don't think so, because when it comes to their mental state, even if you have a criminal past, that's between really in a court case and lawyer cases, attorney-client privilege. But when it comes to doctors, um, if even Arbor does have a mental case, it's between the doctor-patient privilege. So whoever sent that needs to be fired for real, because it could be dangerous to bring jurors in, and then all of a sudden you see basically, oh well, uh, we see a mental case, and then they're gonna sway the jurors to let the McMichaels and Roddy Bryant go. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's sad, and this is an article from I didn't got the article around me, but it's on the website. You need to go on go on Vice News, vicenews.com, and it's all there. What's going on with the Ahmaud Arbery case is there. I'm giving a shout out to them because they're doing an update on that. But whoever sent that information to a potential juror needs to be fired. In with the quickness, it doesn't without a judge. If it's the judge that did this, he need to be disbarred from doing any criminal case in the state of Georgia ever again. This to me needs to be stopped, because basically what they're doing is when you send in information to the potential juror, it's going to sway the jurors to vote in favor of letting Roddy William Bryant go and the McMichaels go. And it's going to say it's justifiable for killing Ahmaud Arbery. Now, Ahmaud Arbery was just jogging around the Georgia neighborhood, right? And then they stalked this young man. They followed this young man thinking that he did something criminally. And remember that time that he stopped at a house that's been built, and for water, and they think that he broke into the house. Even the owner of the home said that that wasn't even the case. Obviously, you see him, and remember he fought Travis McMichael for the rifle. Travis McMichael shot the brother, I think, twice, killing him. But y'all, you have a court case, a court person, whether it's a court clerk or was mistakenly sent one of the potential jurors Arbery's mental state. And again, y'all, to me, it's because it shows you that you're going to persuade a juror to vote in support of the killers that was responsible for Ahmaud Arbery's death. So, and I know that the mainstream media will not, report this. I already know that for sure. But Vice News did, and shouts out to them, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know anything about this. And they're trying to persuade these jurors to support the McMichaels and Roddy William Bryant's to let them walk. And I guess they say the courts will fix this, but the damage has already been done, and we already know. And this is why a lot of people. That's why people can't trust the criminal justice system, because of stuff like this. I'm sorry, y'all. This is really crazy how you guys felt about one person, and Ahmaud Arbery didn't deserve to die like this. They shouldn't, and obviously, they should arrest these people right away. But since one of the McMichaels was a former sheriff's deputy or former sheriff, former cop, they sweep that under. If it wasn't for us pushing that narrative, they would have swept that story under the rug too. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those were the two main stories that I want to bring to you guys today. And obviously, like I said, when it comes to what's going on in Coosa High School, show up at the high school, protest, call the school, and I already got that number on HAPS TV. And I know basically the moderators probably sending information to you guys, but we definitely send a message that you're not gonna tolerate anybody that's racist that can swing the Confederate flag. Let these white kids do whatever they want to do, and let these black kids get suspended for planning a protest against what you allowed these people to do. And I want the principal of that high school fired. I want him fired. I really do. I really want him fired because again, he's the reason why things are happening the way it is. And I mean, as a high school principal, you could have do disciplinary actions against the white kids. And yes, that Confederate flag was indeed offensive. Uh, but y'all should have fired this. I mean, principal should have suspend or expel because to me, it's offensive to black students, which it was. And since you allowing them to do that, you allow this to happen, they need to be held accountable as well as those white students for what they did. And and of course the school board need to fire this principal because he's not doing what he's supposed to do as a principal. See, this one could have been avoided if he would have sent disciplinary actions to the students that did it during the pep rally. It should have been done over with. But y'all basically want to go there, and y'all mad because the black students planning a protest. And obviously, when they plan a protest, you don't want that to happen. You don't want to be embarrassed. But guess what? You're already embarrassed because the local media know what you're doing. The social media who posted out there know what you're doing. So you try to stop the protest because you don't want the high school to be embarrassed. Really? Well, I'm gonna tell you again. Don't think it's over with because you try to stop the students from protesting. There's gonna be more people protesting now, not just the black students, but Black Lives Matter. All of them gonna be out there protesting in your school. So be prepared for that. And be prepared for your phone being off the hook because people across this country are going to call the school up, raising hell on what you did to those black students. So just because you try to stop the students from even protesting doesn't necessarily mean that the protesting won't happen. Because the people in the state of Georgia are going to be having these signs up, Black Lives Matter, the new Black Panther Party, all the organizations, the Rainbow Coalition, all the organizations gonna come out in your school raising hell on y'all. So be prepared for that. Don't be surprised if the Reverend Al Sharpton is gonna be down there. Don't be surprised if all the major leaders are gonna be down there protesting alongside with the black students that you say they're not gonna protest, but it happened. You, I mean, you can shut down the offices at your school all you want to. I saw it on Google. It says close, but y'all can do that all too. But it's not going to stop people from going out there protesting policies, and they're going to demand firing from the high school principal for allowing these white kids to allow them to put Confederate flags and swing the Confederate flags around the campus during your pep rally. This is totally unnecessary. We shouldn't even have this conversation. If he was if he was a good principal, and seeing that what's happened to these black kids was offended by the Confederate flag, they should have said, you know what? For those of you who were involved in swinging the Confederate flag, I want you in my office immediately. You will get suspended for that. Suspended for 5 days for that. It would have been avoided. We wouldn't even have this conversation. It would have been we would not been all over social media or your local media in Atlanta. But y'all want to go there. Y'all want to go there with when you suspended these black kids. Y'all went there with that. So now we as activists has a right. Since you try to block black students from protesting, then activists all across the country will have a right to come to Georgia, come to the high school, Coosa High School, and raise hell. You don't want that. You don't want to be embarrassed. You got your police department right there. Didn't want those students to protest, but you know the black students, they won't have to worry about that anymore because thanks to I sent that information to y'all. All the activists, all the people are concerned black parents across this country will raise hell, and your phone will be off the hook. And everybody, strangers from coming out, we will protest against this school. To send a message that you will not, suspend black students for protesting against racism in your schools. That will continue to happen. We will. So some people will show up. Some people will ring ding ding to your phone. Because I told y'all this was going to happen, and I'm telling y'all try to play nicey nice, and try to stop these black students from protesting. Nah, this isn't over. We know what y'all did. We saw what y'all did. I even posted on my Instagram. I just posted on my YouTube channel of what y'all doing to these students. And you suspend the black students, but you didn't suspend the 2 white students that were protesting with the black students. I see what this is now. So we're gonna raise hell, guys. We're gonna raise a whole lot of hell. People across this country that are concerned parents. What if it happens to schools? What if it happens to your school? What if the parents happen to your kids' schools? The same way they do it at Coosa High School right now. Y'all, we need to raise hell on this. We really do. It's time. This is 2021, not 1921. And the same racist policies is now happening again. And this has to end. This has to end. And our students right now, we definitely need to get involved in this and support not only the black students, but we need to support the parents that are very upset with what Coosa High School is doing to their students. So, we need to be out there. We need to show them that we will not tolerate you guys suspending the black students, but not suspending the 2 white students that were with the black students, or y'all need to suspend the white students that's waving the Confederate flag in the first place. This to me needs to stop. It has to end. It has to end, guys. So, y'all, you guys got the information. It's time to do some work now, and to show the principal, to show these school administrators, we ain't gonna tolerate you guys being discriminated to the black students and let the white students do what y'all want to do. It's not happening. No, it's not happening. So for those of you that watch me on YouTube, for those of you that watch me on Twitter and on Facebook and on Twitch TV, as well as Haps TV, let's raise hell. Let's call the school board. Let's call the Coosa High School itself, and we would demand the firing of the high school principal. We would demand his firing because you wouldn't do that to other students. You wouldn't do it to Jewish students or the LGBTQ students. You would not allow that at all. But when you go attack black students, and all because they want to protest against racism in that school, because you got white students with Confederate flags flying around the campus during pep rally, and y'all think it's okay for them to do that? Y'all really think it's okay? No. Mm-mm. No. And it's time for us to raise hell now, because at the end of the day, that could be your school next. They're going to do that too. Your school. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically about it for the news and commentary for the day. Y'all got your information. I hope you guys call in right away or show up at that high school demanding the firing of that principal for allowing white kids Confederate flags and allow black students to be suspended because you don't want them to protest against y'all for discrimination. We want the firing of that high school principal. I'm sorry, he has to go. So that's all I have to say, guys. I love y'all. I see you in the next live stream. Um, but please do this for me. If you don't live in Georgia, make this phone call. I'm gonna make the phone call. Call the number, area code 706-236-1870. That's 706-236-1870. Please call that school. And for whoever lives in Georgia, whether it's Atlanta, Fulton County, Gwinnett County, Cobb County, show up at their high school. Show up. Send a message that y'all are not going to suspend a black students for having the right to protest against racism in that school. We need to send them a message. We ain't got time for all of this. So that's all I have to say. I love you guys. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Lions Den is gone.